We're entering now to the Western Wall Plaza. The Western Wall is bigger than a plaza. Plaza is only a small part of it. The Western Wall is a wall that King Herod built to create a big plaza. On top of that plaza, he could build a bigger Jewish temple. And look at the Dome of the Rock now. This is the site of the Jewish temple. The Jews had two temples. One was built by King Herod, the other one by Ezra and Nehemiah. But let's face it, King Herod, that's what we remember from it. The Western Wall Plaza became to be a place of prayer because it's, as you can see, the nearest place to the Jewish temple. The problem is that from the 1st century, the temple been destroyed, and at the 7th century, a Muslim compound was built on top of it. Let's start with, you can see a little bit, you cannot see it, but behind it, it's a big dome of Al-Aqsa. According to tradition, Muhammad reached Al-Aqsa, and from there he went to the foundation stone, he ascended into heaven and met God himself, who gave him the 5 prayers of a day. Now we can see a little bit the dome of Al-Aqsa, which is the last mosque. And for the Jews, and in a way for the Christians as well, the Dome of the Rock is the site of the first stone ever, the foundation stone. So many things happen on top of that stone. For example, Abraham and Isaac. Abraham almost sacrificed Isaac on top of it. And God told the Jews to build his temple there. Then this is so important because the Jewish temple is the only house of God for the Jews. A synagogue, it's not a house of God. It's a house of prayer, it's a community place, it's a kind of a university, yeshiva, biblical school. It's not a house of God. This is a house of God. For the Christians, the house of God is in each synagogue in the world. The Jews are praying through the house of God, which is in Jerusalem. And here it's the holiest place for the Jews, although it's not supposed to be holy. The only holy place is the temple itself. This is only a wall that King Herod built. The Western Wall is now one of the biggest, if not the biggest, synagogue in Israel. It's divided into 2 sections, women's section and men's section. That's why from time to time you're asking me, why there's only men in the Western Wall? There's only men there because I can enter only to the men's section. But let me show you a little bit of the women's section as well. Yeah, we're entering now to the men's section, which is of course bigger than the women's section. 2 reasons. First of all, men are controlling that place. Secondly, there are more men than women here. On Monday, Thursday, there are bar mitzvah ceremonies here. You can prepare the bar mitzvah ceremony in any synagogue in the world. But the best place to do that next to the Jewish temple. Then today it's Monday, and there are celebrations. It's a little bit early. Soon it's going to be very crowded, but you can see some of those celebrations. Why Monday and Thursday? And you can add Saturday into it, because those are the days that you can read the Bible. And the idea is that the bar mitzvah child will read the Bible and he will be able to preach from that time, and he's going to be a man. Look at that Bible, the scroll. It's not the Bible. It's not only the Bible. It's written by hand. You can see the scroll here. And you can recognize the bar mitzvah guy. It is the bar mitzvah guy next to the scroll. And it's such a dramatic moment for the children. The women are at the other side. The man is here. It's supposed to be a busy day because we are reading the Bible today, but it's summertime. Tee-la-lee-la-la, it's too hot. 7 stones from down to up are from the time of King Herod, and let's go and touch it for you. Betty, cannot use your cross here, but it's in my bag. John and Agnes as well, your crosses are in my bag. Those are stones of the temple that were built by King Herod. You can see how he curved it. There's no cement. There's a few inches gap between one stone to another. Now look at the notes. These are the notes of wishing things that everyone wants to ask something from God, can. And you must understand, they are not going to throw it to the garbage. Even that note that fell to the floor, they're gonna collect it and bury it at Mount of Olives, because the minute it touched the wall, it's holy. My friend, everyone who support me, I'm writing his name, printing it, and I'm putting it between the Western Wall stones with the wish, first of all with thanks, and I'm wishing you happy here. And you are part of my family the minute you support me, but now when I will put the notes in it with your names, it's going to be a holy thing. More than that, I'm printing your wishes as well. Then in those 4 pages, your names and your wishes are there. Let me put it right there. And now it's totally holy. And they're gonna bury it at Mount of Olives. Then how should you do that? There are 3 options to support me. And why to support me? Because you are the only income of mine for the last last 9 months. There's a war now in Israel, and for the next half a year, for sure, sadly for sure. Then in that case, first option, see the like button. Next to it there is a shape of heart button. This is you can support me via YouTube. It's not the end of the video, there's more to see. The second option, at the description, the text, you can find 2 links, one of Buy Me a Coffee and one of PayPal. You can do that via those 2 as well. Let's enter to a secret place that most of the tourists are afraid to enter, and with me I'm forcing them to enter. And let's look at one of those guys.
Oh, Zahi,
I was sure that I will find you here. Beseda is one of the best photographers. He actually took some pictures of mine, and guess what? I'm so beautiful there, so handsome. Bye. We are entering now to the inner Western Wall. You must have a kippah on your head, and there's a place that you can get it for free, or I'm wearing a hat. You can see a lot of Hasidis. Usually on that day, Hasidis are trying not to be here because of the tourists. The Jews are praying 3 times a day. This is the morning prayer. You must have 10 people to pray. Look at the tefillin on the head and at the left hand, but you can see only the head here. You can see the left hand as well. It's air conditioned, then it's better to be here than the inside part. Above you can see an arch that was built by King Herod to bring the water and the priest straight into the temple. They don't need to go to the valley and up to the temple. And this is arches of the Muslims. The Muslims build a quarter on top of it. Then that's why we can actually visit it, and we can walk through all over the Western Wall tunnels. At the Ox, you can find the Torah scroll. They opened one of them. Let me see. Nah, they closed it. Oh, you can see the Torah scroll. The Jews are the people of the book. You won't find idols, pictures, statues. It's not allowed according to Judaism, although I must say that you can find a lot of pictures today in almost every house, but until here you won't find that. Then, I don't know if you saw them kissing the Torah, which is the most important thing for the Jews, and I understand that. In the tefillin, the boxes, there are 4 prayers that God told the Jews to actually pray, or to put it in their on their head and next to the heart every day except of Shabbat. And you can see the bar mitzvah. I think it's the same family that we saw. I'm not sure, but family picture with the Torah scroll. And the bar mitzvah guy. I don't know if you already read the Bible or not. And if you didn't see the valley, then you can see that there is kind of a valley. This is the upper city today, it's the Jewish quarter. And the bridge went all the way to here, and you saw the end of that bridge. I think you know a lot about the Western Wall. Yeah, 40 minutes. It's a lot. Most of the information will be at the description and in that video. If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you do have some questions, don't hesitate. I will keep you here. I will keep the camera on for 2 more minutes. Then you will be able to pray. I will be next to one of those stones. And this is your prayer.
יצחק.
Thank you for being with me.